Hello, everyone. I'm Jason Arnett. I'm part of Magoffin County High School's Activating Catalytic Transformation team. And before we get started into this year's work, I want to tell you about last year's. Last year, we developed a interactive playbook that allows communication through all stakeholders. It's one resource where students, staff, and faculty can go to. They can reach out, find avenues to talk to the community through Facebook, through different formats. So we wanted to keep everything in one central location. Instead of sending email after email, this is what you do here, this is what you do there, we wanted to keep things centralized. So we developed an interactive playbook that is a digital format. It's in one page, and it kind of walks you through what stage you need to go to. And this year we wanted to elaborate on that and just continue the building of that playbook in order to make it a multifaceted instructional tool. So this year we're primarily focusing on student formative assessment and student engagement.
Good morning. I am Chris Meadows. I'm the principal at Magoffin County High School and part of the ACT team. And of course, ACT focuses on transformation, which is change. And we had to look at our school and a theory of action, maybe a school problem. And what we are trying to do this year, as Jason already mentioned, is just add to an existing playbook that we started last year with the focus on formative assessment. And sometimes when I look at this project myself, I get a little lost in it. There seem to be a lot of different arrows going different ways, and Andrea has given you our theory of action. We actually added the student column. That was not on there, but we decided that we needed students more involved in this to be successful. So basically, in a nutshell, what we are trying to do this year is to increase proficiency, transition readiness, and student ownership. And that does require everyone, as you'll see. I'm going to start with the teachers, because no matter what program we have or what we do, we all know it comes back to the teacher and how important that teacher is. So teachers are going to be focusing on formative assessments between benchmarking. And they're going to be uploading through Google Form the standard that they were targeting, the formative assessment strategy that they used. We'll try to make this as simple as possible for them with some drop-down boxes and just make it easy, but they're actually going to be school-wide creating this playbook for us. This is not something that we want to create and hand to them. We want this to be something that everyone has a part in and is hands-on. So they will be uploading their formative assessment strategies, student engagement strategies that were working well in their classrooms, and then there will be a place for a reflection. Perhaps there was a misconception. Maybe there was something in this activity or this strategy that needed to be tweaked. And in doing that, other teachers, as they go in and view this information, may have a little bit better start on using that strategy. It might provide them an opportunity to walk next door and talk to that person, because they'll see who uploaded that and say, I want to try this, I'm going to use this strategy, but I noticed here that this didn't work, tell me more about that. So we're just trying to increase collaboration among the staff, and everyone will have a hand in doing so. Students are going to be doing some individual goal setting with the teachers in the classroom. We're going to do a whole class goal and an individual goal, and students will start monitoring their progress. This will be from benchmark to benchmark. And of course, administrators both at the school and district level will be providing support, collecting the data, providing professional learning resources, formative assessment strategies that are needed, and anything that we can do to support. I guess what we're most excited about is the community involvement that we have talked about that we would like to see. And in most communities, when we talk about community involvement or what our communities know about our schools, oftentimes it's more centered around athletics. People at the bank know when the ball games are because they have the schedules and that nature. So what we are going to strive to do through this is to find community partners to team up with each teacher so that they have like a community buddy. For example, maybe a local pharmacist in the community would partner up with our chemistry teacher. and they would help to monitor the progress of that class. They might serve as a guest speaker in that class. As the class meets their goals, maybe they would be there for the celebration to take part in that. And Andrea is our community engagement coach through ACT, and she's also our art teacher. So she's going to explain to you what the art students are working on to display in these businesses.
Okay, I teach art at the high school, and one of my dreams as an art teacher has always been to somehow create a hornet, because that's our mascot, to put into the community or in various places, lots of different hornets, like the bears are out here. Obviously, we're not going to be able to make them out of fiberglass, or, that's hundreds and thousands of dollars. And I have researched that. But we are going to use cardboard, and that's the best we can do. We're going to decorate them, hopefully with a theme relating to maybe a pharmacist, dressed as someone who would look like a pharmacist holding something that symbolizes pharmacy. And then that hornet will go to the public place of the person it's related to, with a sign hanging on it that says, "Ask me about Jason Arnett's first period chemistry class." And that will be a talking point for people to come in and say, "Hey, what's this hornet about?" And of course, that can be a discussion that they have. But as goals are met, ribbons will be placed on those signs so that they can discuss the goal setting and that type of thing. And once the celebration occurs, that community partner will be invited back into the classroom to celebrate with the students that they have partnered with.
So basically, I know this has been quick and probably maybe here and there. Students have to have a role in that, and we all know that they have to own it. So we want them to set their goals and to monitor that. Teachers have to know those goals and have to look at what students need, and we know that formative assessment is where that is, but sometimes it's not always consistent, and it's not always across the whole school. You might see more of that in pockets. So we're hoping that this uploading of strategies and activities would create some more consistency throughout our building. Obviously, community support is essential, and we're hoping that we can get out into our community and show that there are positive, good academic things going on in our schools. I think some of you were probably there a few weeks ago at a KVEC training when they pretty well talked about social media, and they said if you don't tell your story, someone else will. And we all in public education know that often the stories that get told are the negative things. We tend to drown in those things sometimes, and we don't focus on the positives enough. We don't look at the students and what they're doing and how hard the teachers are working. So we're just hoping that we can pull all of this project together and get all the arrows pointed in the same direction, and hopefully have success with students. That's the main goal. But then also form some really good bonds and partnerships throughout the community. And time is up.